Welcome back to Mindful Leadership Beyond Borders. Our guest today is Prashant Welling from UAE. And Raj and I are just delighted to have Prashant here because we're dealing with a topic that we've never dealt with before, but it is so common in people. And it's about physical pain. How do we handle physical pain? How do we work and live with physical pain? And Prashant was just describing he has some very serious back pain issues, and according to the doctors, the only way to mitigate that, the only way to get rid of it, is through surgery. So the question before we took a pause here, Prashant, was how is this pain and everything you've gone through in the last 7 or 8 months, how is it affecting your relationship with God?
It's a topsy-turvy relationship to begin with, because I believe in God completely. I have a huge amount of faith in the Almighty. But when this happened, like any normal human being, I said, God, why me? Mm-hmm. That was the first question I asked him. Mm-hmm. And that actually punctured a little bit of faith that I have in the Almighty. Mm. Because when we think that we haven't done anything wrong to anybody, we haven't abandoned anybody, we have not done something intentionally wrong or bad to anyone, we feel that nothing will happen to us. But life is not like that. One has to realize that life is not like that. Okay? Suffering is continuous when you are born till your death. The suffering only ends when you die. So once you accepted this reality, then any kind of physical challenge that comes across, you will be able to endure. You will be able to go through that. That because suffering is part and parcel of your life. Now, the relationship with God actually, once this particular initial few days when I was really, hit by this calamity that has, hit me on my face. After those first few days, I regained my my composure and I started thinking logically. I said, what has God to do with this? Even though I wanted to be physically fit, I tried to understand why this challenge would have happened. And I spoke to the doctors and experts in the field. And they said that what was your lifestyle after you stopped playing cricket, for example? So I said, being in the higher echelons of the powers that we in the corporate life, I was the general manager of an organization, and therefore my movement was restricted to my office and to the vehicle, to the car, and so on and so forth. So you had a sedentary lifestyle. So I said, yes, it was most of the time sedentary lifestyle. So that is where your answer lies. So you haven't continued your physical fitness beyond your sports activity that you are doing, and your posture has been putting pressure on those 3 vertebrae on your base of your spine. And that has affected them to collapse. And that is how you have reached this stage. So don't blame. So what I thought, I should not be blaming God for this. I would be blaming myself. So once I realized this reality, my faith was back to the level that I had for the Almighty.
Yes.
So my relationship with God has not been affected adversely, not even 1% now. It had a period where I questioned why it has happened to me. So now I know why it has happened to me, because of my own undoing.
So in other words, we are responsible, right? We have created the pain.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's, I was listening to one of the sadhus in like Sadhguru. There was another fellow, I was a holy person I was listening to, and he was saying that if you have a vehicle and if you have a driver, it's your vehicle, but who is driving the vehicle? The driver. Yes. Now, suppose you told him one day that, look, my brother is coming in from the US. You go to the airport and pick him up and bring him home, because I am unable to leave office. So you just go and do it. He accepts the order, and he proceeds to the airport. On the way, unfortunately, he meets with an accident. So he doesn't reach the airport. My brother does not get the vehicle. So he picks up a cab and reaches home. Now tell me, the vehicle is yours. Who is driving the vehicle? The driver. Now, when the driver says that it's not my mistake that the accident happened, will you accept? So I said, obviously no. Why? I said, because the driver was driving the vehicle. Exactly the same reason you should not blame God. This body is the car that you are driving. So who has the control? Who has the brake in his control? Who has the accelerator in his control? Who has the steering wheel in his control? You. So you cannot blame God for the challenges that happened to you during when you were driving this vehicle. He gave you the control, right? He gave you a mind. So there you go. So when I realized this fact, obviously my relationship with God has not been affected at all.
Wow, that's excellent. So what other advice do you have for people who are in a great deal of physical pain? How would you, maybe the top 3 pieces of advice that things that you've learned? Yeah.
First of all, we have to accept.
Okay.
Once you accept the reality, then your mind is free to think forward. Second is, don't give up on your dreams. This is just a small impediment. It's just a small hurdle. It's a small speed breaker in your journey, on your journey.
Yeah.
It's a very difficult point. It's not easy.
Third most important thing is, don't lose your composure ever. It is in your control. What we do is, when we lose our composure, we lose our thinking ability. We lose our emotional state is exposed. That increases the stress level within us, because then what happens is, then things are not in your control the way they should have been.
Yes. That is such a good point, right? Because if we give up and if we lose our composure, then we might as well die, right? We're not living.
No. You are dead already then.
You're dead already, yeah. You're dead already.
You're only existing.
Yeah, exactly. You're just existing.
There is a huge difference, we all know, between existence and life.
Yes.
So
okay, so you said, so 3 things: accept what's going through. That's a big one, right? Don't give up. It's just a small impediment. Don't lose your composure. I think another one is forgive yourself.
Yes.
And forgive others. Yes. And then the other piece I would add here, because I work with a lot of people who are in pain, is to work on those fears, get rid of the fears, use power coaching with mind kinetics, for example. You can call Prashant, he's well trained in it. Find the root causes of your physical pain, right? Because as he said, we're the driver, we caused it. It's like cancer is an emotional disease, right? Yeah.
Absolutely.
So we need to find those root causes of why we attracted this in the first place. What are we learning? Yeah. So then we take control of our own vehicle, and we're going to find out what's really going on. And chances are we will make it,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I just want to add 4 points of how I'm trying to remain positive.
Yes, please. Yeah.
So the only advice I can give is, focus on the things you can control.
Okay.
This includes your attitude, your choice of whatever you do, and your relationships. Second point would be, remember your strengths and accomplishments. You have reached here and you are a success already.
Mm.
What are you good at?
Mm.
What have you overcome in the past? You have already gone through a lot of hurdles.
Mm. Yes.
Remind yourself of these things when you are feeling down, because it will happen. You are a human being.
Yeah.
Going forward, set realistic goals. We talk about smart goals, but right now I'm talking only about realistic goals, which you can achieve in the situation that you are in.
Right.
Don't try to do too much too soon.
Mm.
Start small and gradually build up your activity from the situation that you are, and you will find success in coming in smaller measures, but definitely you are moving forward.
Mm.
When you have such successes, celebrate them at your level.
Mm-hmm.
Find things that bring you joy.
Mm.
This may include maybe spending time with loved ones. It could be over a Zoom call also. Internationally, wherever you might be, poles, continents apart. It doesn't matter. Spending time with them brings you joy. I'm spending time with one of my best friends from my childhood times. Whenever I feel down,
Lovely. Mm-hmm.
pursue some hobby which you can in the situation,
Mm.
or just looking out the window, enjoy nature. Look
Yeah.
at the sunrise. Look at the
Yeah.
green grass. Look at the tree. The trees are there for centuries together. They don't move, but they still
Mm.
give joy to others. They still give
Mm.
fruits. They give
Right.
solace to others. People come and bask in their, not bask in their, this thing, but bask in their glory for that matter, but in the shade they take solace. So do that, what nature does to others
Mm.
in the situation that you are in.
Wonderful.
And I know that I'm not alone. There are
No, I
millions
know.
of people around the world who suffer from chronic pain. I know that.
Yeah. Mm.
If they can, why can't I? And there are a lot of
Oh,
resources available,
oh,
to cope
oh, for
with
sure.
life and live a
Yeah,
fulfilling life.
for sure. Yeah.
So
Raj,
these are talk about.
final questions, if any, for Prashant before we.
So I realize we need to change our perspective and looking forward attitude in a different way, in a positive direction. So then we will go in the right way and we will accept easily, oh, I'm not alone. So many people in this
Mm-hmm.
world, like Prashant said. So, but I'm curious, you are explaining very positive way. I'm very positive person in my life. Every day I'm so hopeful and positive. But when I go out, when I meet people in corporate world and the normal life and social life, so I have seen people are not easily accept these things. The Betska doing meditation, you are positive, you are doing meditation, I'm doing meditation. So I can understand easily. But when I'm talking with materialistic people, this world whole of materialistic people, they want very shortcut, quick, power, money. So I think they will not understand easily this thought, and they are suffering a lot from these kind of situation, circumstances, hurdles. So, what is your view for this
I
point?
beg to differ. I beg to differ. The world is a much better place than we are talking about or thinking about. Much better place.
Right,
If you are honest to yourself, you people will see that honesty. When you are vulnerable, people feel that you are human.
Mm, yes. Mm-hmm. They do.
So for example, when I do my training, I am totally vulnerable to my audience, to my participants. And therefore, I have a different outcome when I complete my training. They have verbally said this to me, that we feel that you are a different kind of a trainer. We feel that you are part of us, even though we are meeting for the first time. From the first day, for example, if it's a 5-day retreat I'm doing, by the end of the first day, I'm part of their team. You see, so there are some people who have not accepted themselves, who blame themselves for everything, are the people that you talked about just now. but not everybody. Not
Ah,
everybody. I will give you, if we have some time, I can give you an example, maybe in 30 seconds or so, if you have time. I
yeah,
did
go
a
for it.
session on leadership, 5 days of training on leadership training to a event management company, first level managers. When the HR head called me up in July, I said, look, I did for them last year. I did the same thing for a different set of group of people, and they loved my training. They liked it so much, so they invited me for a second group of set of people this year. So when I spoke to Mariam, I said, Mariam, look, I have a challenge that I am unable to walk. So can I do these trainings online? So she said, I'm sorry, Prashant, I cannot allow that because that's our company policy that the trainer has to come to our premises. So I said, then you'll have to arrange for transport. Pick me up, take you to your place, and the location should be such that there is an elevator from the ground floor to the floor of the training room and back, so that I can hobble around, but I can't climb even one step. So she said, absolutely no problem. So they arranged my transport on all the 5 days. The drivers who came and picked me up were so cooperative that I can't even tell you that this kind of support I did not even expect. It started from that level. Into the training room, the participants were so supportive of me. I did the training sitting on the chair for the first time in my life.
Wow, that's awesome. I was going to suggest that would work. Yes.
And I was feeling so bad about myself, unable to do what I did normally. But within the first 20 minutes, they made me so comfortable, I forgot about my challenge.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's a great story.
People are always supportive. It's up to you how you come across to them.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, there are many excellent speakers who speak from a wheelchair, right?
Absolutely. You go to TEDx, you'll find a lot of them.
Yeah.
One more thing I'm asking you, Betska, because I'm also scared sometimes, although I'm very confident boy. Like when you see all the time you are very fitness fit, very attractive person, you are good looking, like pop singer, like any sports person. So it's when you've gone through these kind of circumstances, so you need time to accept for 1 year, 2 year. It's not easy because you have so much stardom, popularity, so many glamour things like Justin. What is the pop singer name? Betska, Justin
Justin Bieber.
Justin Bieber. Like I have seen last 1.5 year back, he was crying. He's the left or either right face and the lips in the paralyzed way. So these kind of situation, because you have already gone through. So acceptance, self-acceptance. It's not easy within a 1 month you will accept. I think you need to time. What is your opinion on this point of view?
You asking me?
Yeah, I'm asking you.
Okay. I thought you were asking Betska. So see, the earlier you realize, the better it is. So what you can do for that is don't be afraid to ask for help. There would be a therapist, there would be a doctor, there would be a counselor, there would be a coach. Someone will be there in your circle who can help you to accept your reality.
Yeah.
And I would keep a coach at the topmost level. See, the counselor can do a lot of work with you, a doctor can do a lot of work with you, but a coach can handhold you to achieve that particular level of acceptance about yourself.
Yeah.
Because
very important.
Because when you work with a coach, you are actually answering your own questions. You are finding that strength inside you. You are looking inward with a coach, while a counselor is always on the periphery or outside of you.
Yeah.
So there's a big difference.
The
That's
coach
what I say.
becomes your best friend, right? Your coach becomes your best friend to help
Yes.
you accept it. Yeah, excellent. Mhm.
And he is your spiritual best friend, I would say. I'll take it
Yeah.
a level up.
Mhm.
And when
For
that
sure.
kind of a person comes into your life changes drastically,
Mm, for sure.
completely. They can
Thank you.
offer a lot of support and guidance. They can
Yeah.
mentor you also. Coaches can mentor you also.
Yes, absolutely.
They will help you to learn to meditate. They will help you to learn to become mindful. Becoming mindful is one of the first steps that you can learn and therefore accept, because when you are mindful, you are focused 100% on that second, not even minute, not even hour, that minute. So if you're focused on something, obviously you are not going to remember your pain, because you are giving, you're delivering, you are living that moment.
Mm.
So when you
Wow,
do
that's so good.
meditation,
Mhm.
yeah, when you do meditation, it will help you to become mindful. And
Mhm.
therefore, mindful meditation is what I always talk about and suggest.
And we can, when we're meditating, we can send that beautiful energy to our parts of our body that are sore, right? We can send that loving energy there. And one of the things I have learned, getting back to this relationship with God, is to ask forgiveness of God for whatever I did that created this pain in my body. Because I caused that pain in my body for a reason.
Yes.
So
Yes.
ask, and sometimes we don't know. So if we have a mantra, we can send that loving mantra to that spot in our body, right, wherever it is, and just ask forgiveness that, we did something. We're learning something here. So what is the learning, right? Okay, folks, thank you so much, Prashant. We could go on forever having this discussion. It was a fabulous time having you. Thank you. Thank you for being with us today. And may God bless you and help you end your pain. I pray for that. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.